We'll call tonight's meeting to order. Roll call, please, Lisa.
Mrs. Crawford?
Here.
Ms. Burnett?
Here.
Mr. Amato?
Here.
Ms. Chapman?
Here.
Mr. Merritt?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Pickering?
Here.
Mr. Rose?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Okay, we'll stand for the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to make note of executive session, May 23rd, 2022, for contract negotiations and personnel, and June 20th, 2022, contract negotiations, student discipline, personnel, and security report. At this time, I'll turn it over to any public comments regarding tonight's agenda. And Mr. Conley, you did call in, so you can go first.
Thank you.
So my name is Robert Conley. I live in Westmead Township. I noticed today's article in the Leadville Tribune. I spoke to this board, in front of this board a couple months ago about the tax issue and the change in how we figure out the taxes. And my job is, one of the things I do is technical support for metal cutting software. And as a hobby, I also write rule books for games. So I decided to put those skills to use, and as there seems to be a lot of confusion over the different pros and cons of the different methods of using to calculate the step, the property tax levies. So I wrote a booklet. I'm sure it's not in the form that the district wants it, but I provided to Mr. Washington the Word document I used. Take as much or a little of it as you need. But I have, during the course of my research, and I've seen that other school districts struggle with dealing with this issue, and they put together what I consider to be nice presentations. So I took that as my model, and I present this report to the school board and to anybody in the audience who wants one, and in hopes that will clarify the issues for people. Because, if I have an opinion on this, is that, all the choices here are unfair in one way or the other. So you have to know what you're getting into, and so you can pick the least unfair option. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Irwin, I know you were signed up. Was it regarding tonight's agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Ron Irwin from Cochrane. Just looking through the budget, I just see other expenditures of $6,761,994. And I know last week that wasn't even question whatsoever. And I guess as a taxpayer, I would be very, very curious what nearly $7 million is going for, instead of just having a line item as other expenditures. I know if I handed anything over to my bookkeeper for any of our businesses and it was even $600, she'd be asking me what the heck it was for, let alone, nearly $7 million.
Okay, thank you. All right. We'll move on to approval of minutes. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following minutes. The regular board meeting of May 23rd, 2022, and committee of the whole of June 20th, 2022. And I need a motion.
So moved.
Evan, second? Aye. Thank you, Holly. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to committee reports. First is technology. Mr. Merritt.
Okay, approval of the Sapphire proposal for the notification system module. Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the Sapphire proposal for the notification system module, which is attachment 3 in our agenda, and I so move.
We need a second.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Transportation, Mr. Smith.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the contract for school transportation services with Girardi LP for the period of July 2022 through June 30th, 2029. There's an attachment there if you would like to look at it, and I so move.
Second.
Kevin, thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Dale, would you continue with food service, please?
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves Schedule A Forward 59 food service equipment bids, and I so move.
Second?
Aye.
Ollie? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
No.
No,
Oh, was it a no?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. One no?
Yes.
So motion carries 8-1. Jeff, finance, please.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following financial activities: Treasurer's Report for May, financial statements, and payment of bills, and I so move.
Second? Second. Ryan. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the adoption of 2022-2023 general fund budget in the amount of $67,780,852 as presented on PDE 2028. A copy of PDE 2028 will be made a part of the minutes. It is attachment 9, and I so move.
Second?
Aye.
Ollie? Questions or comments?
I'll be voting no.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
No.
Is that two?
Two votes.
Two votes.
Motion carries 7-2.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following real estate tax levies for the fiscal year 2022-23. 13 mills, which is a 0.38 mill increase with a homestead exclusion, and I so move.
Second?
Second.
Delbert, thank you. Questions or comments?
Can I comment?
Yeah?
All right, it's funny, you know, Mike Crowley called me the other day, and it really bothered me, because when Mike called me, I couldn't answer the question, right? So here I am, gonna sit and vote to raise taxes, but I didn't understand how it worked, how it was gonna work, what the future implications are. And then even this morning, I guess probably I was even a little bit more disturbed by the fact that most of the people who asked that question didn't have an answer to it, right? So I'm gonna vote no. I'm not sure why we adopted this method. I guess I'll have to learn that. And I think the other thing is, I understand mandates. You know, I know that part of the problem is things like tuition that we have to pay for people who go to school online, or special ed mandates that aren't funded, or the 30% increase in what we have to pay for the pension because the state screwed that up. I get that, especially coming from the county, and understand how mandates can goof you up. But I haven't been on the board long enough to know if we're willing to make the tough decisions to keep taxes down. For example, you know, what programs can we combine? What can we cut? You know, our grade level buildings, and I'm just throwing that out there, but, you know, are they something that we look at in order to shut a building? But, you know, I'm gonna have to vote no. And I think the other thing is the comment about we're not sure where the homestead, you know, act money, if it'll be there next year for us. I'm gonna say as a businessman right now, the way things are starting to slow down because of what's going on in the country, I'm not convinced it'll be there either. So that's me, I'm gonna vote no, but I didn't wanna just vote no without saying why I vote no. So, Mike, I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question. I felt
I just have one
pretty
question.
dumb about that.
If I can. It's the first time I've seen the homestead exclusion of 22,393. What is that number?
That's what the amount will be excluded from paying taxes on.
So no matter what your house value would be and you're in homestead, which that equates to 22,393 reduction.
Unless it's less than that, yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Two noes.
Two noes, Kevin and John.
And John. Yeah. So motion carries 7-2.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the implementation of Act 1 Homestead and Farmstead exclusion for the fiscal year 2022-23 in the amount of $1,831,710.36. And further resolved that the Crawford Central School District has calculated a homestead and farmstead exclusion for the purpose of reducing school district property taxes. Such exclusion to be $22,393. Further resolved that the Crawford Central School District will reduce school district property taxes using homestead and farmstead exclusion by $291.11, and I so move.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Dylan. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of the Crawford Central School District hereby approves for the business manager to make general fund budget transfers for the purpose of closing out various funds for the district for fiscal year 2021-22, and I so move.
Second.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves to enact a 1% earned income tax and a 1% real estate transfer tax for the fiscal year 2022-23 in conformity with Act 511, and I so move.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Dylan. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Is that one or two?
Just one, Kevin.
Resolved that the Board
What,
of...
motion carries
Yeah.
8-1.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the district's insurance coverage for the 2022-23 school year as quoted by the Insurance Attachment 10, and I so move.
In a second, please.
Second.
Oh, Brian, thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves Schedule L budget transfers, and I so move.
Second?
Second.
Kevin? Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll move on to personnel. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following stipend for the 2022-2023 school year. Douglas Skelly, Dean of Students, Meadville Area Senior High School, at a cost of $8,500, and I need a motion.
So move.
John?
Second.
John.
And who was the second,
Kevin.
Kevin? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the emergency instructional time template for the 2022-2023 school year, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Kevin, second?
Second.
Ryan. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby appoints Holly Chapman, Kevin Merritt, and Ryan Pickering as the voting delegates for the PSBA Delegate Assembly meeting to be held on November 5th, 2022, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Ryan,
Second.
Jeff, second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Acknowledgement that under the terms of Section 1108 of the School Code, the superintendent has notified the Secretary of the Board that the following persons have received satisfactory ratings for their 6th semester of employment and have thereby gained the status of professional employee and will be tendered a professional employee contract beginning with the first semester of the 2022-2023 school year. They're Leslie Biggs, Lauren Lamano, Scott Stratton, Monica Sturry, and Nicole Wasson, and that does not require a vote. Be it resolved that the Board of the School Directors of the Crawford Central School District hereby approves the first and second reading of job description K through 12 literacy instructional coach, 7 through 12 reading intervention instructor, and I need a motion. Melissa, second.
Second.
Brian, thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the waiver and stipulation involving student E, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Evan?
Second.
Second? Oh,
John.
John. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Be it resolved that the Board of School Directors of Crawford Central School District hereby approves the following personnel schedules: A, B, C, D, E, G, H, and I, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Kevin, and second? Holly? Thank you. Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. At this time, I'll turn it over to the administration.
Madam President, thank you. I just want to thank the school board. It's been a long and interesting year, but I thank you for all your hard work. We have tackled a number of issues, and we've dealt with a number of things from COVID to a number of social things, but I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank my team, all their hard work, and I want to say congratulations if you had an opportunity. Many of us attended graduations at different schools, but congratulations to our seniors and congratulations to our to the graduations. They were outstanding graduations at both high schools. Did a great job, and so I just want to thank everybody. It's been a long year, but it's been a good year, and I appreciate everything that everybody has done from the board down to every teacher, every aide, every bus driver, every cafeteria worker, every custodian, everyone who's have served in helping our kids. So I just want to thank everybody. That's it, Madam President.
Any public comments? Any board comments?
I'd just like to make a comment. I would just like to say thanks to the Concord Police Department and the Pennsylvania State Police for, enforcing or upgrading or whatever for the police security for track and field day at Concord to make it possible to happen with the recent event in Texas. Just wanted to acknowledge that they're being recognized for what they went on and did above normal duty.
Anybody else?
I guess I could also say, I'm not sure what the dollars were here in scholarships, maybe Tom can
Oh,
answer.
yeah.
But I know at our vocational school, which is now Crawford Tech, is the new branding for that. Those kids, they're a little over $1 million went out in additional scholarships and awards to continue education beyond our trade school. And I'd also like to recognize that I believe it was 52 students were immediately signed on to permanent employment with local business, which is a good plus for the vocational school, since that's the number one job of the facility is to keep kids here local. And I just wanted to acknowledge that there was 52. I know the newspaper had covered it quite well. Facebook had quite a bit. If you go to the Crawford County Career and Technical School Facebook page, you'll see a lot more. I can say that I know one graduate at the vocational school, which was in commercial art, had a full ride, $240,000 scholarship to continue their training in the field of commercial art, which was one of the programs we closed. But I just wanted to acknowledge that there was a lot of money. Like I said, a little over $1 million went to graduating vocational students alone. So Tom could address the...
I'll strengthen that a little bit. Between the two high schools, I was very proud of this number. $3.8 million in our graduates between the two high schools in scholarships and awards totaling 50% of the graduates will be attending 2- and 4-year institutions from MASH, and about 68% of the graduates will join the workforce. At Cochranton Junior Senior High, 51% of the graduates will attend a 2- and 4-year institution. 31 of the graduates will join the workforce. We have colleges represented such as Arizona State, Penn State, University of Pittsburgh, St. Francis, CMU, Mercyhurst, New York University, Rochester Institute of Technology. All 4 branches, we will be placing kids in all 4 branches of the military. So we're very proud of the outcome, and that's why I had mentioned that the graduations were really outstanding on both ends.
Anybody else? I just want to make a very short and comment regarding maybe what John was referencing about his misunderstanding, but I have a little bit of a different perspective. The drop in the millage rate from 54.47 to 13 for Crawford County and 96.11 to 13 for Mercer County is a direct result of the formula change. That's simple. Now, to go into an explanation of that formula change is not simple, as Mr. Conley tried to put in a little booklet. However, it was passed by the majority of the board in April, and we changed from utilizing Formula 1 to 2 III per public school code. And for those of you who missed those discussions, whenever a school district lies in more than one county, which is true of Crawford Central School District, the total taxes levied on real estate within the school district are subject to tax equalization as determined by the State Tax Equalization Board. We chose to make that change. Whether you voted for it or not, we made that change, and that's the formula we have right now. So I'm not sure why that's being rehashed. If there is a question from the public, feel free to call us. We can answer your questions about that formula change. The change in the tax rate for Crawford County residents is 4.4%, 1.4% due to the formula change, and 3% due to closing the gap between revenue and expenditures needed in order to balance the budget. I feel very confident that this administration did their due diligence in bringing us cuts and planning for expected state revenues for us to come up with that percentage. With all that said, I do want to highlight the fact that under the administration of Mr. Washington since 2014, including this 3% increase, Crawford Central School Board has only raised taxes 6.5% since then. So that's 6.5% over the past 8 years. From 1986 to 1993, Crawford Central School Board raised taxes 18.9%. From 1993 to 2000, Crawford Central School Board raised taxes 21 to 1.1%. From 2000 to 2007, Crawford Central School Board raised taxes 22.9%. From 2007 to 2014, Crawford Central School Board raised taxes 23.3%. This board has done a really hard job and good job, along with the administration, over the last 8 years of only raising taxes 1/3 of what was typical over the prior 28 years. I just want to say congratulations to this board and to the administration for doing such a good job at trying to hold taxes down the best we can. That's all I have to say. Any other comments? Okay, then be it resolved that being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 5:54, and I need a motion.
So moved.
Kevin, a second? Brian and Brian. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.